started.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Oak Ridge High School, home of your Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats. Tonight we play host to Clinton from Clinton High School. But first, we'd like to present our colors from Oak Ridge High School Ladies Junior ROTC, led by the direction of Chief Brian Nichols. Tonight we're led by Cadet Petty Officer 3rd Class Joseph Martinez. Tonight we have a special guest. Singing our national anthem tonight is Miss Leela Robbins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets went the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We're now your starting lineup for tonight's matchup between the Great Lady Dragons and your Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats. First, the starting lineup for Clinton. Number 1, Abby Campbell. Number 4, Bailey Burrows. Number 10, Josie Moody. Number 13, Allie York. And number 22, Sydney Carroll. The Lady Dragons first by Alicia Brooks, Alicia Watson, Megan Elliott, and Danielle Sexton.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while since I've seen a game, David. I've been elsewhere, so excited to see tonight's contest. It's always a heated rivalry when you play across county rivals like Clinton.
Number 34,
going to do about this?
Yeah, great resilience there by the Lady Wildcats there to really be in the right spot at the right time to get the rebounds.
Sing on the school, her first, team first.
There they are. They've got several missed threes so far. I've got it with a total of 5 missed three-pointers for the Lady Wildcats, but expect them to turn it around as the game goes on. Here's another shot up. No good. Rebounded by Clinton. That foul will go against Ayana Porter, David. Sorry, I'm still trying to get over my cold, so if I cough a little bit too much, I do apologize. First shot is up, no good by number 30, and that'll be, Lainey Carmichael. That foul will go against number 30, Carmichael. That'll be her first, team first. And Zayon Stewart now with 5 points in the ballgame, David, gunning for number 6. I agree with you. It looked like a good block to me by Jenna that time, David. But unfortunately, the Lady Dragons will go to the line for 2 shots. I think they're just out hustling the Lady Dragons so far tonight, Dave, which is great news for the Lady Wildcats as they have an 8-point lead with 3:24 remaining here in the first quarter. Yeah, they really are. As I said, David, just simply out hustling the Lady Dragons. The Lady Wildcats seem like they're playing with a little bit of something to prove. I mean, they did pretty well in the Greenville tournament. I don't know about you, David, but in my opinion, I think they did better than I was expecting them to. That's great, David. I mean, that's exactly why you play those tournaments, and you try to go and play the best competition you can early in the season to get better.
Demetrius Strickland for Pregame.
Yeah, they have. They've got three players who've scored for the Lady Wildcats. That'd be Cannon Green, Demetria Strickland, and Zayana Stewart. Zayana with 8 points so far, just here in the first quarter. Demetria Strickland, she got 6 points in the ball game, David. On that foul, the Clinton Dragon fans didn't like it, and I didn't like it either. But they called the same thing on Jenna Johnson. So fair is fair, I guess. Yeah, they are. Fundamentally, Oak Ridge, the Lady Wildcats are just, far superior, in my opinion, to what the Lady Dragons are showing tonight. Yeah, it really is, David. This is always a big game. Like I said earlier, it's a cross-county rivalry that's been around for, a very long time.
Now playing number 10, Josie Moody, her first report. In the game for the Lady Wildcats, number 24, Anna Green.
That foul will actually go against Cannon Green, David. That'll be her second, team seventh. What? That'll be eight team fouls for the Lady Wildcats, 5 for the Lady Dragons.
That's the game of the Basket goes for Jenna Johnson. Foul on play number 30, Lady Carmichael. Her second, team 6 at the line, shooting 1, Jenna Johnson.
This will be her first opportunity to score, David. It's a little surprising. No, actually, she had a two-pointer, and now she's got 3 points.
Basket goes 22, Sydney Harrell.
Yeah, and just out hustling the Lady Dragons, as we've mentioned several times, David. But the Wildcats have 2 individuals already in halfway through the first quarter with double figures. That'll be Bella Boone's second foul, David.
Her second, team 10. At line, shooting 2, number 11, Ashante Davis.
To the line, David, number 11 on, excuse me, on my roster, that's Lauren Jackson.
Basket
Flip. Yeah, great first half for the Lady Wildcats. They outscored them 17-3 in the first quarter and 20-9 in the second quarter, take a 37-12 lead at halftime. And so very impressive by the Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcats actually with two individuals, Demetria Strickland and Zayana Stewart, both with 14 points apiece. And that's just, as I said, they both had at least 10 points with half of the second quarter remaining tonight. So both of those players really came to play tonight. Let me try to work on this audio again.
All right. overtime win for the Wildcats, and they'll be heading back down there to conclude the series coming up this Saturday. Last year, the two teams split, with each team winning the home ball game. The two teams have warmed up here for the second half, and we're about to get underway once again from the Wildcat Arena here. The Lady Dragons, coached by Alicia Paul, she played basketball for the Lady Dragons years ago, and assisted by Alicia Wilson and Megan Elliott. Dragons coming back out in their all black jerseys and white numbers. The Wildcats and the Home Knights with players. We're talking about Kevin Green, Demetria Strickland, Sayana Stewart, and Donna.
One here with David Sentence.
The Wildcats will be on defense first, I do believe, by the way they are lining up on the floor, waiting for the three officials to join us here courtside. Obviously, we're waiting for them to come out, and hopefully they'll sprint out on the floor soon enough. Here they come. I told you these guys were not the A team here. But they need a break just as good as anybody else here. As the coach just says something to the official there. And now we're about to get underway here from the Wildcat Arena. And it'll be Clinton with the basketball, and we are underway here from the Wildcat Arena here in the third quarter. Lady Wildcats, this is a non-district ball game, but Oka's trying to win their fourth game. Mark, you said something to me earlier that you were surprised how well they did. Our schedule has been absolutely brutal. We've been playing some of the better teams, not only in East Tennessee, but that Oakland team from Middle Tennessee was very good. Alcoa is a team that beat us. Alcoa won that tournament. So we've played a tough schedule, and we've taken a few losses. If Clinton puts up a shot good, and it's going to the schedule has made him tougher, and once we've got outside and played some teams outside of these brutal teams we've been playing, Lady Wildcats played their best ball.
Nice. What a great drive that time by Jenna Johnson, David. She just got the ball on the left side and just took it straight to the hole with a one-handed, almost finger roll.
Clinton throws the ball away again. Taken on the floor by Zay. She pushes it up the floor. Lady Wildcats for the rear. Rebounded by number one. That's Gamble. Gamble in the rear court, giving it off to Burrows. Burrows swings it across the line. Clinton basketball to Moody. And Moody's an interesting story. I'll come back to that in a moment when I get a chance. There's a travel. Josie Moody, her mother was Carrie Story. Do you remember when Carrie played for the Lady Wildcats years ago?
I do remember that.
Yeah, that's which our former crew member Brian Story's cousin. But Josie Moody is her daughter. Shot, and the Lady Wildcats up their lead now to 41-14. 6:35 to play here in this quarter. Here, the third quarter here. Scoreboard needs to be corrected as they work the ball top of the circle. Out for a long three. It's not good. The basketball will come Clinton once again, or Oak Ridge once again. They've got 17 on the board. Lady Wildcats in the lead here. Oak Ridge basketball. Looking over to Zayana Stewart. From top of the circle, dribbling in. Zay another shot. Wildcats. And that goes to Zayana Stewart. 5:58 to play, third quarter. Down the floor, the basketball will come Clinton once again. They break the press. They kick it out to Moody for a three. No good. Rebound by Clinton. That'll be Bells back up. Stewart, I believe, is 43-19. 5:40 to play here in the third period. The basketball will come Oak Ridge. Here comes the Wildcats dribbling in. Back in the court down a quarter. The Yellow was in some foul trouble in the first half. Had to sit a good portion of the quarter. The Wildcats are going to drive in for a shot. No good. Demetria Strickland got the drive, and she's going to go to the free throw line. She is fouled.
Demetria, she finished the first half with 14 points, David. From the free throw line, she was 1 for 2. So this will give her an opportunity to get scoring here in the second half.
And she'll go to the free throw line. Good. She's a 91%.
That's much better than you.
Free throw is good. Back to the free throw line she goes. Hopefully I didn't just jinx her. She goes to the free throw line. Shot is good. She in both. 5:19 to play third quarter. We The clock here is Clinton is going to work the ball down the floor as Ayanna Stewart's out of the ball game right now. The Wildcats playing with Cannon Green, Jenna Johnson, Ayanna Porter, along with Demetria Strickland. It'll be Jackson to work the ball in. That's Lauren Jackson, number 11. And it comes once again. Throw the ball away. Took it away by Jenna. Gets a low opportunity to make it. Rebound by Clinton. Pulled down by Moody. Down the floor to come the Lady Dragons, coast to coast. It is 45-21. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Oak Ridge with it. Cannon takes a shot. He wins out. No good. Rebound by Clinton. Lady Wildcats back on defense here. They're going to get back quickly. Clinton's going to drive in. Again, there goes every shot. High arcing shot. No good. Last touch, they say, by, it would appear, the Lady Wildcats. It'll be Clinton basketball underneath the goal. It'll be Lane Harmon. Wildcats getting Zay back in. Bella's going to check out. Demetria Strickland, Jenna Johnson, along with Cannon Green, Ayanna Porter in the ball game for Lady Wildcats. Clinton ball. Here comes inside the paint. And the score now is 45-23. The intensity level has gone down a little bit for Lady Wildcats, and Clinton a little bit more comfortable, I think, out on the floor. Maybe calm down a bit. Jenna swings the ball back out to Zay. Zay drives in. Hand check goes to Jenna. And that's another 2 points for the Lady Wildcats, and Oak Ridge leads Clinton 47-23. Clinton down the floor. Right block shot on his score. No good. Rebounded by Zay and then knocked out by Clinton. The Oak Ridge basketball coming back the other way. 4:10 to play third quarter. And a timeout is asked for on the floor. Mark will hold it right here. Talking about long winning streaks, and obviously this one was a long win. The Lady Wildcats have beaten Clinton 72 times, but the longest streak in Lady Wildcat history, you'll have to go all the way back to the Clinton series from about 1973 to 2010. The Lady Wildcats beat Central 81 consecutive times. Sometimes it is just the name on the jersey. I think that intimidates some teams.
Yeah, I know we talked about that before, because I remember back in, the early 90s, I think Central had some really good girl teams that, really gave the Lady Wildcats all they could handle.
Central team. She signed with the Lady Vols. I don't think she concluded her career there, but she was a great player. The ball's worked out and thrown away, and the Wildcats are going to get the ball right back. Here comes Oak Ridge pushing it up the floor. Wildcats have Stewart, and the Lady Wildcats lead Clinton 49-23. Here comes Clinton down the floor against Oak Ridge's pressure. Here's another steal. Here comes another layup opportunity. Demetria can't get the ball in. Good defense there by Davis, and the Lady Wildcats set it into Jenna. Back to the top, three-pointer. Demetria Strickland, too strong, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Dragons. Here comes Clinton down the floor. Coast to coast, the free throw line. Burrows cannot shoot. She worked the ball to the right side, driving against Jenna. That'll be Burrows. Cannot shoot, goes inside. Nice pass, shot is blocked. And a foul's going to be called. That's going to send Clinton to the free throw line. Tracy Moody. Wildcat. I'm sure she has some mixed emotions. Obviously, she's pulling for Clinton and her daughter, but she also played for Oak Ridge and was a standout. Is that for 3:29 to play third quarter. We'll get a full recap of the stats, I believe, at the end of the ball game. 49-23, tosses up good. 49-24 is the score. Lady Wildcats down the floor. Oak Ridge gets in as Ayanna Stewart drives in against Burrows and draws the foul. Just like the Oak Ridge Wildcats, Mark, the Clinton boys team under coach Chris Lauder lost all 5 of their starters in the graduation a year ago. They lost 9 seniors off of that team. They went to the state tournament last year in the 3A classification. But unlike the Wildcats, who are off to a 12-1 start, they are 6-9 on the year, trying to find themselves a little bit as Zay knocks down the first toss. It's hard to rebuild with 5 new starters.
You know, David, has Clinton played in any Christmas or Thanksgiving tournaments?
They did, and I think they lost all their ball games. So they were playing at I think up in Cumberland County, to be honest with you, and they lost their ball game. So Clinton's going to be formidable. You know as well as I do, Clinton's going to have say their best ball game for Oak Ridge tonight. As Jenna blocks a shot, right again by Oak Ridge, quickly coming down the floor. The Wildcats would have the ball knocked out of bounds. They did. Their schedule has not been tough at all, to be honest with you. And I think Oak Ridge has played, obviously, a very tough schedule. But, Clinton's going to give it their all today in the boys' game. The Lady Dragons are giving their all right now. They're just young. As Ayana's going to drive in, she hasn't really had the opportunity to score much in this ball game. And there's going to be a turnover. We've talked about this, about the Lady Wildcats market. On different days, different players can lead this team in scoring. As they go it's a nice shot. 227. But any of the Wildcats can be the leading scorer on any given day.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want, David. You want, that keeps the defense guessing because they don't know who to key on that game. As Zion Stewart gets her shot blocked on that last drive.
2:26 to play. Clinton playing much better here in the second half. But playing a lot more confidence. As they work the ball left side, it goes to Davis. Davis harassed by Demetria Strickland. Looks to be go down to a 5-second count is on. She's got the wood. It's serving. She throws the ball away. She panicked for it. Jackson turned the ball over. The lady Wildcats. She got the ball caught on the sideline there and didn't have much time. They just lost it right because there, and that was an easy bucket for Jenna Johnson. Here comes Clinton down the floor, setting up the offense. So they work the ball inside, and then there's going to be a ball knocked out of bounds. One of them calls a foul. One of them said it was just out of bounds. It's going to be to the free throw.
So Lady Carmichael will go to the line for the Lady Dragons. She's 1 of 2 from the line now, 1 of 3.
2:27 over the Clinton Lady Dragons. We play here at the Wildcat Arena. We'll play them again on February 9th at the Donny Dome as that free throw is missed. Rebound by Jenna. Down to the basketball will come Oak Ridge once again. 53-27 Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge works it into Cannon. Swings it out to Zay. Zay out for 3. 56-27 over Clinton. And here they come down the floor once again. Dragon basketball. That's Ellie Leander for the basketball once again. And there's another turnover. And it'll be once again the Lady Wildcats getting a single. And it'll be against Clinton. It's got to be frustrating if you're Clinton. Like I mentioned, Alicia Phillips was a player and has been a longtime coach here at Clinton. She never tasted a victory over Oak Ridge as a player or a coach. You know the frustration has to build every single year, especially when I mention the streak. I'm the messenger. The message is not good if you're just not getting another three.
Demetria now with 19 points. Zion Stewart with 23. So primary scores for Lady Wildcats remains the same.
So what I was going to tell you, and I'm going to get you to comment on, you haven't seen Oak Ridge as Oak Ridge comes on the court. Can you see the improvement that the Lady Wildcats have made since you last saw them?
Yeah, I really have, David. They look much better. I agree with you that Cannon Green specifically is playing much more aggressive, both offensively and defensively. That's encouraging. And Kaylee Hickman, I don't remember seeing her before tonight, David. Did she just come on during the Greenville tournament?
Not during the tournament, but she actually was added to the roster later. There was another missed shot by Clinton. And Zay's going to bring it down the floor. Let's see if we get an offensive player control foul. No, their shot was knocked out of bounds. It'll be a personal foul called against Clinton. Look at the statistics for the Lady Wildcats in terms of their free throw shooters. Zayana Stewart has been to the free throw line 45 more times than the closest person, Ayana Porter. And that just shows you just how aggressive she is out there.
Yeah, you'll typically see that with aggressive post players, and that's exactly what Zayana is, David. It's her first free throws up and good. She now with 24 points.
10 seconds to play, third 62-27. And Kim caught doing camera work along with Josh Frazier. Second pass is also good. And the Wildcats on top of Clinton. And looks like we're going to have the same story we've seen the last 72 ball games. They'll get a shot off, though, as the third quarter comes to a close. 63-27, the Lady Wildcats on top of Clinton. We'll send it back once again. We'll be back for the fourth and final quarter in 60 seconds.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 State Championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5599 or at BetsyColemanRealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
Winning tradition defines Oak Ridge Wildcat basketball. Mortgage Investors Group, we pride ourselves in the same winning tradition to help your family find the perfect mortgage loan. Call Norma Sheldon, Jackie Boone, Shannon Appletree, Randy Henry, Aaron Osborne at 865-482-8910 or visit us online at mortgageinvestorsgroup.com. Tennessee Mortgage License number
Yeah, I agree, David. I just really enjoy watching her play, especially on the defensive end, like you mentioned, as the Wildcats get the ball in to start the fourth quarter and immediately turn the ball over. Points now for Demetria Strickland, David. She's not the leader. The leader is still Jayana Stewart with 25. Yeah, I thought the same thing, David. Just the approach that she has, you can tell that she really wants to get above the rim. Yeah, I've got it with 28, David. Huh? Oh, yeah, they have a running clock.
Check 32 is their score.
Can you fix that?
Number 10, Josie Louis.
They stopped it, yeah.
Ayana Porter.
And the game for the Johnson. That's the line shooting to Shotty Davis.
$35. She's getting better. She's hopefully on the downhill side of forgiving me for giving her the flu. Her surgery went well. She'll get a follow-up visit on Friday, so we'll know more then. Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Taylor was telling her too. He said you got to go right back up. So, they can, get called for travel and popped in the mouth. Talk about adding insult to injury. That's kind of the definition.
Number 24, Kenny Green, her third, seat 6 at the line, shooting to number 30, Lane Carr.
How's your New Year's resolution going, David? A great win. I mean, the Lady Wildcats just really started out on fire. Their aggressive play just really frustrated the Clinton Lady Dragons. I don't think that the Clinton Lady Dragons were quite prepared for what the Lady Wildcats had drawn up for them. To give the Lady Dragons credit, they did play much better in the second half. It's kind of like they got the butterflies out. And so they were able to play better basketball in the second half. But Lady Wildcats, they just built up too much of a lead. They led it at half, 37-12, and then just really kind of opened it up more on them in the third quarter specifically. But I'll go over all those stats here in a few minutes.
He's running the board.
How's it going, Phil?
Where's David at? He runs he broadcasts remotely. Oh, he broadcasts remotely. Yeah, we send him the video. We do it through a Skype call. Awesome.
Thank you very much there. Leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats is Ayanna Stewart. She had 29 points. Demetra Strickland, she had 22. Let's see, Jenna Johnson, she added 11 for the Lady Wildcats, 4 points for Cannon Green, and 2 points for Bella Boone. As a team, the Lady Wildcats, they were 24 of 48 from the field. They were 16 of 36 in twos. They were 8 of 22 in three-point land, and they were 12 of 15 from the free throw line. Now looking at the Clinton Lady Dragons, they were led in scoring by Addie Gamble. She had 10 points, 6 points added by Bailey Burrows, 5 points for Josie Moody, 5 points also for Sydney Harrell, 3 points added by Lainey Carmichael, 2 points for both Ashante Davis and Lauren Jackson for the Lady Dragons. As a team, Lady Dragons were 10 of 25 from the field. They were 6 of 14 in twos. They were 4 of 11 in threes, and they were 9 of 19 from the free throw line. Lady Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 17-3, then outscored the Lady Dragons 20-9 in the second quarter to take a 37-12 lead at the half. Lady Wildcats really came out in the third quarter, outscoring the Lady Dragons 26-15 to take a 63-27 lead into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Lady Wildcats were actually outscored by the Lady Dragons 10-9, but they were victorious 72-37. David?
He'll tell you. You can hear him talking.
It says Lady Wildcats.
Keep listening. I gotta work on this audio again.
What if he has to talk to you?
I'll just remember. I got
Elizabeth Beard, Oak Ridge High School class of 2001. Online 24/7 at sextonautos.com.
Going to play back here along with Mark Hayes, Gavin Kintop, and Josh Frazier as the Wildcats and Dragons are about to be battle here. The Dragons 6-9 on the year, the Wildcats 12-1. That lone loss coming to Maryville last week. Christmas tournament over there. The Lady Wildcats have won their 4th game in a row, now stand at 7-8 on the year. They'll travel down to Cleveland. We're about to have the starting lineups down on the floor here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Oak Ridge High School, home of your Oak Ridge Wildcats.
All 5 of the starters on the
Tonight,
floor.
the Dragons play Clinton, Tennessee.
It's going to be a rolling year for them, but I'm sure Chris will get things rolling.
Tonight's starting lineups first.
Obviously got beaten tonight by
Number 0, Tegan Bollinger.
the triple sweep.
Number 1, Jeremiah Lee.
Going to start at least 3 sophomores.
Number 4, LeBron Booker.
We've got a couple of sophomores, a junior. I think
Number 5, Brent Reynolds.
Thank you very much, David. Starting for the Clinton Dragons, they're going to come out with number 0, Tegan Bollinger, followed by number 1, Jeremiah Lee. Also number 4, LeBron Booker. Number 5, Brent Reynolds. And number 24, Freddie Dorsey. Starting for the Wildcats, they're going to come out with number 0, Jaquez Thomas. Number 4, Grayson Strader. Number 5, Bryson Comer. Number 10, Brennan Scott. And number 20, Caden Brightheart. Yeah, I am. I mean, I really think that the Wildcats are doing well. I know that Coach Green, he's kind of undecided on this lineup. You know, we don't have a big. It's kind of similar to the way the Wildcats were a few years ago. But I tell you what, they play really well as a unit. And as you've seen for years, David, as long as you play well as a team, you don't have to have the best talent. You don't have to have a superstar. 5 players can play better than 1. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing with this Wildcat team this year.
It's been a great series, up and down. Both teams have had long winning streaks. I missed the days when we played them for a championship. We're about to get set here another edition of the Wildcat Basketball Dragons. For the Dragons, here comes Tegan Bollinger. He dribbles off to the right side. He is a sophomore player. Back to the top of the circle, it goes to LeBron Booker. I don't remember any of these names from a year ago. Here goes to Brent Reynolds. He's a senior. I think I do remember him. They look at to the top of the circle. They're going to try to clear us Freddie Dorsey. Dorsey getting it off to Bollinger. Now to Brennan Scott. Back to the top, it goes to Booker. Booker holds the ball and gives it over to Reynolds. Bryson Coleman's got it coming down the floor. The big senior swings the ball to his left to Quez. Quez Thomas drives to the left point, cannot shoot. Finds Bryson at the free throw line. That shooting him there, backs it up. 7:15 to play, just on the way here at the Wildcat Arena. 0-0 our score, Oak Ridge and Clinton. The Clinton student section down to our right. Brennan's got a Brennan Scott.
That's phenomenal. Now he comes up with a turnover. He starts heading the other way. He'll go all the way in for a layup. Up, no good. It was contested. Rebounded up, no good by the Wildcats. I thought that was a clean block myself, David. So I kind of understand their frustration or questioning of the call, as you like to do. Wood, number 4, he gets the block on that and then kind of stands over him. I'm a little surprised he didn't call for a technical on that, as I would call him for taunting on that one. Yeah, I just got that lingering cough after I had the flu, David. I think the jump ball is the correct call, David. He had the ball right in front of him, and the Wildcat just put his hand on the ball and just stopped him from moving. So, to me, it was much more of a jump ball than it would have ever been a foul. No, they just seem kind of out of sync, and I think Coach Green is kind of putting other people. That means he's already brought 2 subs in. Ray and Cummings are both in the game, trying to find a mixture that will gel together. As Cummings got his defensive back or cornerback position there as he just kind of run over the Clinton Dragon. Yeah, it's got 2 3-pointers in the ball game for 6 points, David, as the Wildcats lead 8-7 now. Now they call it a block, so we'll see. I think the basket should count, but they're not. No signal. No, he's saying on the floor. Well, I mean, Coach Green is indicating that he made a signal that the basket was good, but then he changed it. So Coach Green and the referee, they're not exactly on the same page, I'd say. No, we have a much better view from up here, David. Much better. Nice. No, they called a jump ball as he was trying to go across. The Clinton Dragons had a hand on the ball, so very similar to a call we had earlier. Yeah, it kind of looked to me like, David, he was making his move before he actually had the ball. You'll see that a lot in football, but not as much in basketball. Great ball movement to get the ball down the court so quickly that time, David. As you said, Davis connects for the Wildcats to help extend the lead. Now they lead 10-7.
Businesses in our community to help them grow.
Really?
Yes, that's local banking from 10 Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
They say that being a coach's wife is hard, but Laura Lynn Green, wife of Oak Ridge head coach Aaron Green, and a local State Farm insurance agent, makes buying insurance easy for you. Auto, homeowners, renters, business, life, health, and much more. Laura Lynn Green's office is located at 136 Marquette Road in Oak Ridge. Give her a call today at 483-5666 or say hello to her courtside at any Oak Ridge High School basketball game. She might be a coach's wife, but she was a Wildcat fan first. For State Farm Insurance, call Laura Lynn Green in Oak Ridge. David Clare. At the Wildcat Arena here as Clinton will try to work the ball in. 14-7 is our score. Lee guarded by Price Davis, works to his right, nearly stripped of the ball. Ball saved at the midcourt line, saved out high by Bollinger. Teagan drives in, turning, lost the ball, another steal. The Wildcats get another layup. Teagan Bollinger. It's like we're trailing, and the bucket is a little bit of a run themselves, Mark.
Yeah, Brightheart just really made a great job of getting down the court. But credit, I believe it was Jaquez Thomas who got the ball to him. So great job great teamwork by the Wildcats. Brightheart's able to convert on the three-point play.
And now Oak Ridge is up by 10. They're going to substitute Damon Marble in the ballgame. He's a junior player. The Wildcats have Grayson Strader in. They have Price Davis along with Quez Thomas in the ballgame. Clinton trails by 10, 17-7, 7:13 to play here in the first quarter. Dragon basketball running the baseline, trying to get the ball in. And another whistle blows, and that'll be another foul. Mark?
Jaquez Thomas just picked up his third personal foul, David. Team 6 for the first half as Clinton tries to get the ball in.
And yet to do it as they look to try to get over Grayson, and then they finally throw the ball away. And then what are they going to call? They're going to call Price with a foul. And that'll be the 7th team foul, and guess who made it? Our favorite official once again. And we'll go to the other end of the floor. reward good defense sometimes. I thought he might have pushed him just a little bit, and Coach Green doesn't believe it, and I don't either, honestly, Mark.
Yeah, I honestly didn't get to see. I was looking at something on the stat sheet, but to the line goes Jeremiah Lee. He's got 5 points. He kind of started on fire for the Dragons in the first quarter, and I could see the Dragons kind of feeding off of his energy.
Free throws up, and it's good. The Wildcats playing with Cooper Williams, Grayson Strader, Raekwon Watson, along with Price Davis, who's given the Wildcats a little bit of a burst of energy. And as usual, they're doing the let's tuck in our shirts, and that stops play just for a second to allow Clinton to go back to the line. Here's Jeremiah Lee. He's a sophomore player, good-looking player, young, obviously. He'll go to the free throw line. The Wildcats have a couple sophomores in the game right now. Shot is good, and 17-9. Here comes Oak Ridge in the rear court. Ray's in trouble, backing it up. Going to split it across with a pass easily. And what's the call?
Travel. They called him for a travel as he's trying to penetrate through the defenders.
And it'll be Clinton basketball. 17-9, Oak Ridge in the lead. Wildcats substituting Price out of the ball game. The Wildcats got Caden Brightheart back in the ball game. Raekwon Grayson, Brennan Scott, and Cooper Williams. Cooper getting some valuable minutes here with a big guy, getting a chance to play a lot more.
Yeah, I don't recognize him. I don't know if he played much in the early game tonight. Not to see David, but I'm glad to see him up there. He's a big boy for the Wildcats.
One junior varsity ball game this year, he scored 38 points for the Wildcats. He's a sophomore. He was a member of the football team, so he kind of joined us a little bit late. Here comes the Dragons setting up their offense. Shooting shot is an air ball out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Clinton's number 5, Brent Reynolds. Here comes Bryson Comer back in, and Big Cooper comes out of the ball game. And good minutes for the sophomore. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. And it comes to Brennan Scott, to Ray. Ray across the line. Blows past his defender, but didn't have anywhere to go. Then has trouble with his dribble in the right corner. The ball is knocked away. And Ray just a little bit out of control there, Mark.
Yeah, he just dribbled that right out of bounds, David, right in front of the Clinton bench, too. Very unfortunate for Ray.
And it'll be, once again, Clinton coming down the floor. The Wildcats substituting a lot of players in this one. I mean, a ton of players have gotten into the ball game here, which is a little bit unusual for Coach Green here in the early goings. Clinton drives in. Here's a shot. It's up. We're going to have another foul called. And the Wildcats, this crew calls a lot of checks like that. And that was a foul. I saw the contact myself. 6:23 to play. And another shooting violation. What is the foul situation right now as Ray comes out of the game?
The foul situation is 8-5, kind of not in favor of the Wildcats. The Wildcats have 18 fouls, Clinton with 5.
Clinton back to the free throw line. 6:23 to play. 17-10 the score. 6:23 to play. Back to the free throw line will go Clinton's Jeremiah Lee. Betsy Coleman Realty. We appreciate Mike Kelly, one of our sponsors on Betsy Coleman Realty. From Betsy Coleman Realty, that toss is good. And that lead now is cut down to 6. We're 17-11. The Wildcats trying to find their right personnel. Grayson's struggling a little bit and throws the ball away. Grayson having not so great start to his ball game, and Grayson's been solid all season long for the Wildcats. As Clinton will work the ball home, Coach Green not too happy. 17-11, a 6-point game, 6:12 to play here in the first half. They break our press with ease. Down the floor will come Berlin Hayden, the freshman. He works the ball to the right corner. Clinton with the basketball momentarily. They lost a terrible pass, and we're going to have another foul against Oak Ridge. That'll be the 19th foul. Going back to the free throw line. Clinton staying in the ballgame at the free throw line. It'll be Brent Reynolds going to the line this time.
Yeah, Reynolds has 2 points in the ballgame, Dave, but this will be his first attempt from the free throw line.
17-11 the score. Free throw is in and out, no good. Rebounded by Bryson Comer. Wildcats by 6, trapped in the rear court. Comer gets it across the way. Wildcats drive in with Caden Brown. It's a pretty shot by Caden.
Yeah, I like that shot right there, David. Nice penetration. He was about 3 feet in from the three-point line, and just a nice little pull-up shot.
And Clinton will try to inbounds the ball, and the ball is knocked out and last touched by the Dragons. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. Bryce Davis will work the ball in for Oak Ridge. Bryce, 5-second count is on, works it into Grayson Strader. Grayson, top of the circle, comes off to his right, gives it out to Brightheart, who penetrates the paint, drives to the right.
Yeah, Brightheart now with 9 points in the ball game, David. All, 7 of them in the second quarter here. We're only 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Tom with the basketball. Braylon Hayden with the basketball. Bounce pass out to the top of the circle. 5:16 to play. First half, 21-11. The Wildcats in the lead. Clinton basketball. Reynolds with it at the free throw line. Got it by Grayson Strader. Back to Braylon Hayden it goes. Hayden comes around to the right wing. They want to drive the baseline. It's a nice move. Gets a shot up. No good, but another foul. 10th team foul called against the Wildcats, Mark.
Yeah, that foul will go against number 5, Bryson Comer. That should be his second, team 10th, as you said.
Lee Clinton going to the free throw line. 10-point game. Coach Green talking with the official once again. Whereas this is not the official making the bad calls, because that free throw is good. Made good by Tegan Bollinger. I just don't remember many of these guys from a year ago, Mark.
No, I don't either, but they were so senior ridden or heavy last year, David, that that was an exciting team to watch.
Clinton had a really good team. Went to the state tournament a year ago. Split with Oak Ridge during the regular season. Free throw is good. Wildcat lead is 21-13. Bryce Davis, Grayson Strader, Bryson Comer. Quick shot. Mark, he got the ball quickly, just launched it from the top of the circle, and here comes Clinton down the floor.
Yeah, and Clinton turns the ball over as the ball handler, number 4 there, LeBron Booker. He just kind of lost his balance and dribbled the ball right out of bounds.
24-13, Oak Ridge in the lead. 4 minutes, 42 seconds to play. Wildcats down the floor. Price dribbles in again, splits the defense, and has the ball lost out of bounds. Price being aggressive in this ball game, kind of like he was on the football field. Really, honestly, the hardest hitter on the Oak Ridge football team, and he's the hardest hitter in this game so far. As Caden has it in the paint, but can't shoot, has to back it up and throws it back to the midcourt line. Davis has it, looks to Comer. The pass goes to him in the corner, guarded by Reynolds. Back to Grayson Strader. They're not giving Grayson much room to scores, and Strader gives Oak Ridge a 26-13 lead, but 4:14 to play in the first half. Clinton's about to turn the ball over again. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by a hustling Oak Ridge team. Now Coach Green talking with the other official down here. You got to work the officials if you're a coach, Mark.
Yeah, there's so many aspects of being a coach, Dave. You gotta work the crowd. You gotta work the referee. Sometimes you even have to work the concession stand.
Yeah, you do a good job at that. But, as the Dragons set up their offense here, LeBron Booker with it. Around the left side, Bryson Comers tries to strip the ball away from the freshman Braylon Hayden. Some Oak Ridge ties as the Dragons have the basketball in the Oak Ridge student section with some nice, funny signs right there being allowed. And for years and years, our kind of mean administration would never let us have signs like that, the ones they're holding up right now. As we set up the defense here, Clinton's got the basketball. Jeremiah Lee dribbles in, can't pick up any more fouls. There's a 3 miss, rebounded by Clinton. That's Bollinger in the paint. Throws it inside. Good by Maddox. And down the floor will come Oak Ridge, I believe, is another whistle blows and a timeout is asked for. 26-50 the score. Earlier tonight, what did the Lady Wildcats do, Marquez?
They were victorious by a final score of 72-37.
The Wildcats were led in scoring by Zayana Stewart, who had 29 points. Demetria Strickland had 22. The Lady Wildcats, who have now won 4 consecutive ball games, and can even their season record as they travel down to Cleveland this coming weekend. Mark, I asked you this during the course of the game. What improvements have you seen with the Lady Wildcats since the last time you saw them last month?
I like the aggressive play that they're playing with. The rebounding tonight was very noticeable, as you mentioned early in the game. And the fact, another thing that you brought up, the fact that, you have a different leading scorer every night. I love to see not only a balanced attack, but as I said earlier, it's hard to plan for a team because you don't know what player is going to be the leading scorer that night. As Grayson Schrader takes a three-pointer. It's up a good. He now has 5 points.
Oak Ridge leads, I believe, 29-15, 3:30 to play. Clinton basketball momentarily. They're going to turn the ball over. Price Davis steals it. It's going to drive right, splits the defense, lost it. Didn't really have good numbers there. And here comes Bollinger down the third. Because Barrett Maddox, the senior, and it's now 29-17. Oak Ridge in the lead. Oak Ridge leads 12-7 after one. Here comes Grayson. He's tripped. That's got to be a foul. Foul's going to be called against the senior Barrett Maddox. Well, we have two seniors on the team. They've got Brent Reynolds, he's a big dude, and Barrett Maddox, he's a senior as well. And not shooting free throws yet. Take note of that. We're down here to 3:06 to play, and Oak Ridge still not shooting one in the bonus here. Josh Frazier doing our camera work for us here. Price is going to try to work it in, and I don't know who he was throwing it to, but he threw it to Jeremiah Lee. Here comes Clinton down the floor to the hole. Shot is no good. Rebounded last touch by Clinton. The Oak Ridge coming back the other way. Chris Green kind of doing a little teaching, a little coaching with Price Davis. You know, in the Clinton ball game, everybody wants to make the big play here, and sometimes you force it just a little bit. As the Wildcats, Caden Breithart, who never forces things, he just makes plays. He just makes plays. He is so smooth, Mark, and he'll go to the free throw line with an opportunity for a three-point play.
Yes, that foul will be going against Barrett Maddox, David. That'll be his second, team seventh. So Breithart will go to the line. He has 11 points so far. And then he's perfect 3 of 3 from the line so far. Let's see if he can make it 4 for 4.
And he does. The shot is good, and that completes the three-point play. And Oak Ridge leads 32-17 with 2:51 to play here in the second quarter. Clinton basketball for a moment. Braylon Hayden with a basketball in the left corner. Backs it up with a pass. Over here it goes to Tegan Bollinger. Bollinger dribbles, cut off there by Bryson. Swings the ball inside to the big guy, puts it on the floor, and a travel is going to be called against Clinton. 2:34 to play in the first half. Oak Ridge has built up a 15-point lead now, 32-17, and it just happened all of a sudden. It was close for a long time, and then all of a sudden the Wildcats have built it up, just steadily making plays. Breithart has been a big part of that as he works the ball to Price. Price for three. It's way off the mark. Bryson's got the rebound up. No good, and Bryson Comer is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Wildcats getting back to what they do best. That's just playing solid basketball, playing good defense, looking for the open player, and it's going to be Bryson Comer going to the free throw line.
Bryson still looking to get on the board tonight, David, as this will be his first attempt from the free throw line. It's the Wildcats lead, as you said, 32-17. First free throws up, and it bounces high and goes in.
He's a 58% free throw shooter. Gives his team a 33-17 lead, 2:19 to play here in the first half. Back to the free throw line will go the senior. Wildcats have played a lot of people in this ball game today. Pass on its way, missed it. Rebound, Price had it. Then it's knocked out of bounds by Clinton, and official called something. It'll be their basketball coming back the other way. 33-17 Wildcats. Bollinger to try to work it in, does. Then it comes to number 2, that's Damon Marble. He works the ball back to Bollinger, and down the floor will come Clinton, trying to split the defense. They do. Here it goes to Marble. He drives against Oak Ridge's Brennan Scott. Backs it up with 2:06 and counting in the first half. Oak Ridge Junior Varsity won by 40, 76-36. The girls won 72-37. So the guys going for the triple sweep here as Clinton sets up their offense, trailing 33-17 in the boys' game. Clinton basketball out to the top of the circle. We'll play them again February the 9th at the Donnie Dome. Don W. Lockhart Gym in Clinton. Bollinger dribbles right inside the next pass. The finish it off, and that's a nice play by Clinton. And Oak Ridge's lead is down to 14 points, 33-19, Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats, Caden Brightheart, free throw line jumper is this time off the mark. Caden steals it right back, though, and will set it up once again to the top to Bryce Davis. To Caden, lefty puts up a three, no good. Comer has the rebound. He falls down. The ball's loose on the floor. Picked up by Clinton. Here come the Dragons down the floor. Minute 10 to play. Clinton shoots at the free throw. Just like that, Clinton won't go away here. Oak Ridge leads it 33-21. 1 minute to play here in the first half. Here comes Bryce Davis down the floor to Grayson Strader. Strader to Comer. Price. They give him a three, but he goes instead intending a pass for Grayson Strader, knocked out by the Dragons. Oak Ridge is going to get Cooper back in the ball game. And they're also going to get, let's see, Raekwon Watson. Wildcats in the lead, 33-21. 12-point advantage for the Wildcats, as the Wildcats will set it up with 47 seconds to play here in the first half. It'll be Raekwon to work the ball in. Wildcats lead the all-time series. This is the 201st meeting, I think, between the two schools. Wildcats, as there's some perspiration or rain down on the floor, and the official gets a towel and we'll wipe it up here. Mark, Wildcats in the lead here, 33-21. Typical Oak Ridge Clinton game, they just won't go away.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you can expect is figuring out that you can't really know what to expect. As Caden Brightheart makes a nice drive to the hole, but unsuccessful on his attempt.
Couldn't finish it off. They're going to shoot a three. It's up. It's off the rim. No good. Rebound by Cooper Williams. Wildcats to Raekwon. Raekwon coming down the floor all the way to left side. Brennan Scott for three. Brennan Scott with 8 3-pointers in the ball game earlier, and the Wildcat lead is back to 15 at 36-21. Shooting right at 50% from three-point range. That would be a school record, and he really might even have a chance to get the single-season record, as they're going to try to shoot against Cooper, but unable to do so. Back it goes to Braylon Hayden along the baseline. Got Cooper airborne. They get a shot off. No good. Grayson had the rebound, saved away as the first half comes to a close. So after we've played one half of basketball, the Wildcats will head to the dressing room, leading 36-21. Your thoughts on the first half?
I thought the Wildcats played well. Clinton. You said that they didn't play well in their tournaments, but one thing you can count on, David, is Clinton will always get up for the Oak Ridge ball game. As they just proved that tonight. I think they're playing a little bit better than probably what they have done, season to date.
Let's take a break here. We're live here. I'm hoping to speak to the head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats. Coach Paige Taylor did not get a chance to do that at the end of the game. Oak Ridge in the lead, 36-21. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 State Championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5559 or at BetsyColemanRealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
Winning tradition defines Oak Ridge Wildcat basketball. At Mortgage Investors Group, we pride ourselves in the same winning tradition to help your family find the perfect mortgage loan. Call Norma Sheldon, Jackie Pullen, Shannon Knuckletree, Mandy Henry, Darren Osborne at 865-482-8910 or visit us online at mortgageinvestorsgroup.com. Tennessee Mortgage License Number 109111. MIG is an equal housing lender.
Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena, where the guys are on top 36-21. That is our score here. Joining me now is the head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. 4 in a row, Coach, 72-37, the final score against a very young Clinton team that played hard most of the ball game. It was a slow start for you in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game. Missed a few shots, got things rolling defensively. Offensive rebounding was pretty good early on in the ball game. Made some shots shots, made some plays, and did what you had to do against the Dragons. Your thoughts on the win tonight?
Yeah, I thought, there were a lot of really good things that we did. I felt like we played very hard at times. I felt like our defense was really good. I think we held them scoreless from the field until about 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. The only points they had were from the free throw line. They obviously they shot too many free throws, though. We've got to eliminate our fouls and our reaches, but I felt like our defense was very good in the effort that we gave. We had 21 rebounds at halftime, 11 defensive and 10 offensive. I felt like that was I don't know what we finished up with. I just know that's what we had at halftime. I felt like our effort in that area was great as well. You obviously in every game you're going to see things that you need to work on, and that's what teams at this time of the year, you want to see those things so that you can get to work on them and strengthen those things. And we saw a couple things tonight for the most part, though I'm super proud of the girls.
Coach, historically, the boys and the girls, when they have returned for their first ball game after their Christmas tournaments, have not particularly played that well. This was a kind of a rare experience to play the Clinton Dragons, your rival, to start things off in the new year, and maybe that was a good thing. Did you see any signs of fatigue after so many ball games in a row, and then only a couple days off before this ball game?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think that I saw signs of fatigue at all. I thought the effort was great. I don't feel like we got the transition points and opportunities that we would like to have. We weren't looking for those all the time like we should have. But as far as conditioning, and we were off on Sunday. We didn't practice, and then we practiced yesterday. We let them sleep in for a little bit and practice yesterday afternoon, then had shoot around today around lunch. And I mean, their effort, even in practice yesterday, I didn't feel like it was a slow or sluggish effort. I feel like they've recouped and are ready to go.
What's your next ball game is Saturday. It's down in Cleveland. Cleveland's a really good basketball team.
Yeah.
We saw them play up here earlier as a 2-point game, I believe it was.
Yes.
And then I saw them play a couple times up in Greenville this past week. As you look ahead once again to this Saturday's ball game, remind us what Clinton likes to do, or Cleveland likes to do.
They've got some great shooters. They love to attack. I mean, they've got a couple kids that are over 6 feet that handle the ball really well and shoot the ball really well. I think it'll be a really good matchup for us. I hopefully if we show up in the direction that we've been going since the last time we played them, I feel confident in my team and in my girls. We have to play hard. We got to be committed to 32 minutes because that's a team they're going to play hard. They're going to push the tempo. They're going to take opportunities, to do the little things against us, and we've got to be ready. The biggest thing is we got to be ready to defend.
Won 4 in a row, trying to even the season record. Your final thoughts on the win tonight over your rival, Lady Dragons?
I mean, anytime you get a win over Clinton, it's a great win just because of that rivalry. I felt good about a lot of things, like I said earlier. And like you said, coming back, I mean, the kids aren't in school, yet, so they come back to school tomorrow. Just being out of that routine and getting home and playing on your home court, I felt like their focus was good tonight. And I like where we're at.
Coach, thanks a lot, and hopefully you'll join us on the TV show tomorrow.
Yes, I will be there.
That is Coach Paige Taylor. The Lady Wildcats win their ball game 72-37. Let me get Mark back in here, and he can run down the first half scoring for the Wildcats and the Dragons in the boys game. Mark?
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. ORUD has generous appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances from us and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. We're a one-stop shop. We'll sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. Plus, you can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying. Comfort you can feel, savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas. Wildcast. Visit our showrooms in Oak Ridge, Kingston, and our virtual showroom at ORUD.org.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know your insurance agent's name? Does your agent know your name? Or do you call a 1-800 number that connects you with someone in another state, maybe even another country? Why not call Fox Insurance Group in Oak Ridge, your local independent insurance agency with auto owners insurance? We are someone you can call when stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. This is Todd Fox. Visit Fox Insurance Group in Oak Ridge at grayfoxins.com. Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 state championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5559 or at betsycolemanrealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
Marquez back here at Wildcat Arena, where at the half Oak Ridge leads 36-21 over the Clinton Dragons. Look at the first half statistics. First for Oak Ridge, they're led in scoring by Caden Brightheart. He has 12 points. He's 4 of 8 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 9 points by Brennan Scott, 3 of 5 from three-point land. Grayson Strader's added 5 points for the Wildcats. He's 1 of 2 from 2, 1 of 2 from 3s. With 7 points is Bryce Davis. He came off the bench. He's 3 of 5 from the field, and 1 point added by Bryson Comer. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and 2 points by Cooper Williams, who's 1 of 1 from the field. So as a team, the Wildcats are 13 of 31 from the field. They're 8 of 18 in 2s. They're 5 of 13 in 3s, and they're 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Quickly looking at Clinton, they're led in scoring by Jeremiah Lee. He has 11. Brett Reynolds has 4. Barrett Maddox also with 4 points. And Tegan Bollinger has 2 points for the Dragons. As a team, they're 7 of 18 from the field, 6 of 14 in 2s, 1 of 4 in 3s, and 6 of 7 in 3s. David?
Thanks a lot there, Mark. We're about to get the second half underway. The Wildcats in the lead, 36-21. Oak Ridge will get the ball first. We appreciate Gavin Kintop doing our camera work today. We appreciate him. We also appreciate Josh Frazier doing our camera work down below. And, of course, Mark Case. The Wildcats have the basketball first. Coming out with Quez Thomas along with Brennan Scott. And Brennan can't control the handle. It's going to be deflected and saved back by Clinton back in the ripcourt. It's going to be Oak Ridge basketball. Grayson Strader starts the second half. We've seen bigger Oak Ridge Clinton crowds here. The weather is not so pretty outside, but we have definitely seen bigger crowds than this one, Mark.
Yeah, we have. This is probably one of the warmest times, but you're right. The rain is not inviting to Wildcat Arena.
Oak Ridge basketball. Brennan Scott with it. Drives in the paint. Kicks the ball left side to Quez. Quez shoots the three. It's on its way. Good. 3-point shot from Thomas. And a good shooter on the outside. And Quez drops home a bomb, and it's 39-21. The Wildcats with their biggest lead. It's up to 18 points. Clinton throws one up from the free throw line. No good. Brennan on the rebound. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. 39-21. There's another threes. And Oak Ridge has opened up a 20-point lead, Mark.
All the points for Brennan Scott have come from beyond the three-point line, Dev. He now has 12 points.
Clinton basketball. They're working inside number 24. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Brennan. Brennan Scott coming down the floor. 42, I believe, to 21 is the score. Wildcat Scott dribbles at the free throw line. Pulls up and shoots. That's his first bucket from inside. And just like that, the Wildcats have scored 8 unanswered points to start this half.
Yeah, I expect a timeout here shortly by the Clinton Dragons if this keeps up for the Wildcats.
Coach Chris Lockhart is the head coach of the Clinton Dragons. He's been there a long, long time. Took over for his dad.
5 seconds.
Play is halted.
5 seconds. They call 5 seconds on the ball on the dribbler.
Good defense by the Wildcats. I know Coach Green loves great defense. Coach Lockhart's still letting them play here. It's 44-21, 6 minutes, 32 seconds to play here in this third period. Oak Ridge down the floor. Quez with it to Brendan Scott. Got a screen from Bryson Comer. Dribbles in, penetrates all the way to the hole again. This one's no good. He does draw the foul from the Clinton Dragons. The Wildcats were ahead 36-21. The Wildcats have scored 8 consecutive points to take the lead 44-21 over Clinton. The Oak Ridge basketball, the Wildcats going for the triple sweep here tonight. As Quez is trying to work it in. Then it comes to Grayson Strader on the left block. He pulls up and shoots. On his way, good. Turnaround jumper, a 10-0 run to start the third quarter, Mark.
Yeah, for Clinton, LeBron Booker just picked up his 4th foul just barely into the second half.
Here comes here come the Wildcats down the floor. Lady Wildcats won their game today, 72-37. The boys junior varsity won 76-36. The guys now have a 25-point lead over the Dragons with 6:03 to play in the third period. Clinton basketball along the baseline. Clinton went to the state tournament a year ago. They graduated all 5 starters. In fact, I think they graduated the top 9 players, if memory serves me right. So this is a rebuilding year for Clinton. They'll get it going here. Missed shot there, rebounded by the Dragons. They'll drive in the paint. A little fadeaway jumper is a brick. No good. Rebound this time by Grayson. Ball's knocked out of bounds, they say, last touched by Oak Ridge. Wildcats have Quez Thomas in the game, Bryson Comer, Grayson Strader, Brendan Scott, and Caden Brightheart. Clinton ball. They fire it in way back in the rear court. I thought he touched it in rear court. It goes back across the line, and they'll set it up down inside. That time the Wildcats kind of fell asleep just a bit, and a beautiful pass inside, and the Wildcat lead is 46-23, 5:30 to play in the third period. Saturday, the Wildcats play at Cleveland. We'll have the broadcast on FM 92.7, FM 94.7 as Brennan goes to the free throw line. He knocks down another bucket. And it's 48-23. The Wildcats can do no wrong here. And Coach Lockhart says enough is enough. We're down 25 points. 48-23. Wildcats will take a break. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in 60 seconds.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know your insurance agent's name? Does your agent know your name? Or do you call a 1-800 number that connects you with someone in another state, maybe even another country? Why not call Fox Insurance Group in Oak Ridge, your local independent insurance agency with auto owners insurance? We are someone you can call when stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. This is Todd Fox. Visit Fox Insurance Group in Oak Ridge at GrayFoxINS.com.
Oak Ridge shows our commitment to orthopedic excellence by providing on-site physical therapy, online patient self-scheduling, telemedicine, and a podiatrist on staff. We strive to take care of all your orthopedic needs.
Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena here. The Wildcats on top by a score of 48-23, a 25-point advantage now for the Wildcats as Clinton tries to work the ball in, and it comes into Jeremiah Lee. Lee in the rear court has his pass deflected, is saved on the floor by Clinton. They work it in on the right block. Here's the shot. It's good. And a foul called against Grayson Strader. Inside. He's a good person. Brent Reynolds is the senior, and he'll be going to the free throw line for one shot.
Is he a previous Oak Ridger, David? I just noticed that I know when he was at the line earlier tonight, the student section was giving him a hard time.
I don't think so, as he misfires on that one, and the score remains at 48-25. He might be, though. I don't know, though. Grayson's going to drive against Bollinger, goes up for the shot, a little short, gets his own rebound, and let's see, he might have pushed to get it, might have been fouled, and I think that is the case, and Grayson's going to go to the free throw line. Grayson has been in double digits almost all season long for the Wildcats. He is the second leading scorer on the team for the Wildcats. The leading scorer is Brennan Scott, who has 218 points. Caden Brightheart, 167. Grayson, a little over 100, so he's the third leading scorer, and he knocks down that free throw. And Wildcats are 1 point away from 50. They lead it 49-25. We're in the third quarter, 4:57 to play. Second toss by Grayson Strader is good. And the Wildcats are back up by 25 points over the dreaded Dragons. 4:57 to play. Third quarter, here comes Clinton down the floor. Tegan Bollinger with it. Long pass across the way. They drive to the free throw line. Number 10 does. That's Braylon Hayden. Hayden works the ball right side to LeBron Booker. He's nearly stripped of the ball by Quez. Saved on the floor by Braden. He drives in with a 5-footer. Rims out. No good. Rebounded by Comer. Bryson down the floor. Bumped. Gives it over to Quez. Jaquez brings the ball left side, three-pointer. Caden Brightarp on its way, in and out, no good. Rebound tracked down by Grayson Strader back to Brennan. Wildcat lead is 25 points. Here comes Brightarp off the glass, short, rebounded by Reynolds. Reynolds pushes it up the floor to Jeremiah Lee. Picked up in front of the Clinton bench by Caden Brightarp. He still launches a three, which hits the rim, goes up for it, and foul's going to be called as Tegan Bollinger came down the lane. Basketball. I thought Tegan was fouled, but I guess that's not what they saw.
Yeah, they called number one, Tegan Bollinger for a walk there. He got the rebound, took a step, and faked a shot, and didn't move after that. So they called him for a walk.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Here comes Ray down the floor for the Wildcats. Raekwon Watson, sophomore player. The Wildcats have Grayson Strader in the ballgame. Wildcats have Connor Cummings in as the Wildcats go driving in. And we got an offensive player control foul against Ray, and Coach Green not too happy about that one.
No, he definitely got pushed on his way. He got help to the floor, as they would say.
Here comes Clinton down the floor once again. The Wildcats up by 25. Dragon basketball, number one with it, Jeremiah Lee. Then another foul is going to be called. Just for rolling them up. We've gotten a lot of fouls by this crew in both the girls and the boys game. The Dragons will work the ball in. 50-25. The Wildcats back on defense here. Connor Cummings in the ball game. Grayson Strader, Brennan Scott, Hayden Brightarp, and Raekwon Watson. Clinton ball. Their court spacing is a little weird right now, but they're going to spread the floor, drive to the right block, get a shot up, no good. Rebound by Connor, and what's the call? Another foul is going to be called. It's going to go against Oak Ridge. Have you seen a game where we have been called for so many fouls, really?
Well, I'm sure I have, but it's been a while, David. The Grayson Strader just picks up his second, team fourth of the second half.
Dragon basketball, they're working in, then it comes to LeBron Booker. Brings it back to Lee, guarded by Caden Brightarp at the top of the key. Connor Cummings in the ball game. He's guarding his guy on here on the right side, right in front of the Clinton bench to our right. They're working their offense. They try to get it in to Reynolds. He's nearly stripped of the ball. Ball's picked up on the floor. Reynolds grabs the Wildcats, reach in. That's going to be a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow is headed towards the orange and black. They'll have the basketball underneath the goal. To work the ball in will be number 14 for them, Gage Oregon. He's a junior. He hasn't played much. Here comes Shamar Green in the ballgame. This is Shamar's first appearance into the ballgame. It'll be Clinton basketball underneath the goal. 25-point lead for the Wildcats, 50-25. Clinton works it in, and it comes to LeBron Booker. Booker squares the floor at the midcourt circle and dribbles out. Guarded by Brennan Scott. Comes off to his right, dribbles three times, turns at the free throw line, fadeaway jumper is an air ball, but they get the rebound, got it good, and a foul is going to be called. To the free throw line will go the big guy, Reynolds, once again for an opportunity for a three-point play.
So Reynolds going back to the line, he's 0 of 2 from the line. He has 10 points in the ball game, 10 of the 27 for Clinton. Coming out of the game will be number 14, Gage Oregon for the Dragons, and back in, I think, is Bollinger. Now 24 comes in for Clinton as well. That's Freddie Dorsey. Coming out will be number 4, LeBron Booker with 4 fouls.
All but a couple of their players have gotten into the game today as, once again, that'll be Reynolds going to the line. Shot is no good. Rebound by Cooper Williams. Here come the Wildcats quickly down the floor. Big pass goes inside. Connor Cummings, reverse layup, no good. Clinton on the rebound. Here come the Dragons coming left to right here. 50-27 to score. Long drive. Shot is good. Then another foul. Wildcats are getting beaten down the floor here, and I know Coach Green won't be happy with that.
Number 11 picks up the foul, Ray Watson for the Wildcats. That'll be his second, team fifth for the half, and that was a nice shot. Jeremiah Lee's going to remember that shot as he kind of went up and brought the ball back down and then straight up from low on his body. So I'm sure he's going to put that in his own highlight film.
Toss is on its way. It's up and it's good. And it's a 20-point lead now. The Wildcats have seen them score 5 straight points to cut it down to a 50-30 game. Wildcats getting Grayson back in the ball game. Price Davis is also in the contest for the Wildcats, and he's going to bring the ball down the floor. 2:50 to play here in the third period. 50-30, the Wildcats in the lead. Bridge going for the triple sweep tonight over Clinton as the Wildcats work it out, top of the circle. Here goes Price, bounce pass into Big Cooper. Cooper tries to get position, goes up the shot, no good. Brennan's got the rebound. Brennan Scott at the free throw line, shoots from there. No good. Brighthart on the rebound. They better not call a foul on Brighthart because he was in best position. He pulls down the board. Personal foul called against Clinton. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the gill. 50-30, Oak Ridge on top by 20. 2:27 to play. The Wildcats work it in to Grayson Strader, but then the ball's knocked out into the hands of Shamar Green, sitting on the Oak Ridge bench. The only person we haven't seen play on the bench, we haven't seen Marcus Peters get in the ball game. Not sure if he's ill or I see he's dressed out down there, but he hasn't gotten a chance to get in, and I don't believe Cameron McCullough has seen action in this one. Hopefully they'll get a chance to play. I'm surprised Marcus hadn't got in. He was a starter the other night.
I thought he got in early in the first quarter, but I agree that we have not seen him in quite a long time.
Wildcats throw the ball away again, and it's going to be a turnover. They've scored 5 straight points, and see if the Wildcats can get back on defense here as Clinton brings the ball down the floor. 2:21 to play. Wildcats are going to get a steal with Grayson Strader. Good defense as Grayson goes up for it. He's fouled by Tegan Bollinger down on the floor. 2:13 to play in the third period here from the Wildcat Arena. 50-30 our score. The Wildcats about to play a few road games. They're going to play 3 consecutive road games. Cleveland, West, and Carnes all on the road in back-to-back games. So very few home games, it seems like. Mark, seems like we only see you like once a month.
It's my shame that that's the way you prefer it.
Wildcats work it in to Grayson Strader. Missed a shot. Got a bunny there. Grayson not shooting as well as we normally see him do as Clinton brings the ball down the floor. Here goes to Braylon Hayden. His shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Grayson. And then ball knocked out of his hands. They say last touch by the Dragons. Oak Ridge basketball. 2:04 to play third quarter. The girls won 72-37. Lady Wildcats had a really good ball game from Zayana Stewart, who had 29. Dimitri had 22. Caden Brighthart, coast to coast, goes up for the shot. Good. And he is fouled, and he'll have an opportunity for a 3-point play. I told you what I think about Caden. I think he's smooth as silk. He doesn't small a whole lot, as I say all the time, but he just goes about his business and just makes plays for the Wildcats.
He's got 14 points for the Wildcats tonight, David. 4-4 from the line. Let's see if he can make it 5 for 5.
Wildcats, we'll see Caden Brighthart go to the line, trying to convert the 3-point play here. 52-30 to score. Shot on its way here is up and good. Lefty drops it in, and down the floor will come the Wildcats. And here comes another steal by Price to Grayson Strader. Goes in for the shot and scores. Wildcats were in good position defensively, and just like that, we're back to a 25-point lead. And then Clinton once again makes a mistake here, and play is halted here. Minute 47 to play in the third quarter, 55-30. Josh Frazier doing camera work for us. We also have Gavin Kentop up top. The Wildcats in the lead, 55-30. Wildcats trying to go 13-1 on the year. Wildcat only loss came at Maryville this past week. Maryville's a good basketball team. What they did, I don't know if you watched that game at all on the YouTube stream, Mark, but what they have going for them, and they'll be tough with a lot of teams, especially us, a team that doesn't have a ton of size. They have got some really big boys on that Maryville team. They've got an okay shooting team, but where I think they beat us, honestly, was just with their size.
Oh, yeah? I mean, was it rebounding, or did they just pound it down low and we just didn't have an answer for them?
pounded it down low and just, lobbed it over the top of us. I mean, they had a couple 6'8" guys.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And so that was difficult. I think, though, I'll be honest with you, there's no disrespect to the Maryville team. I mean, they were good. They ended up winning that tournament over there. But I think if we played them 10 times, I think we beat them 8 times. That was just one of their 2 that they would get. They just played extremely good basketball against the Wildcats that night, and we still only lost by 4. And 2 of our best players didn't play well. Caden didn't have a great game, and Brendan Scott didn't have a great game. And we still only lost by 4 points. So I feel pretty good if we have to face Maryville in the region later on in the year.
Oh, nice turnover that time for the Wildcats as they have great ball movement. Get it over. Oh, nice. And down low into number 35, Cooper Williams. He puts the shot up and good, and he's fouled.
Mark. I mean, I know he's on the football team, but I think his first love is basketball. On the outside, he's going to be a major force. He's only a sophomore, Mark, so he's going to develop, and he's going to get to be, I think, a really good ball player for us. You remember back to Jonathan Milloway's young career as the Wildcats almost get another steal. He got better and better every year, and I think under the tutelage of Coach Green and the coaching staff, I think he's going to be a really, really good player for us.
Yeah. Nice steal that time by Grayson Strader. He tried to take it in, but the quick-footed Clinton Dragon, number 0, Tegan Bollinger, is able to knock the ball out. But great play that time by Grayson Strader.
Minute 33 to play, third quarter. The Wildcats up by 28 points here, 58-30. It's not like the exciting games we've had with Clinton the last couple of years where they've been down to the wire, all of them. Clinton graduated all 5 of their starters, so did we, but a little bit more to pull from on the Oak Ridge side of things, and the rebuilding is just kind of reloading for the Wildcats here. There's another foul called against Oak Ridge. 58-30 the score. That's what Coach Green seems to do. They just reload every single year, it seems like.
Yeah, they do. And, the great thing about Coach Green is his system. I mean, his system, and they learn it. The players learn it, as freshmen and JV and all that. So by the time they get an opportunity to have some varsity minutes, they know his system. And his system has been proven to work.
Good thing about, Coach Locker's been there a long time, and he's very patient. I mean, do you remember that senior class from a year ago? They pretty much played all together when they first got going, and they I don't know if he focused for this 1 year last year, and they made it to the state tournament, which obviously, they did good work, but he's very patient. He's a good teacher of basketball, and I think Clinton eventually with these guys will come around too. The first toss was good. Second toss is up good. One thing I've noticed about Chris, too, is he doesn't get as many technicals as he used to. He's kind of calmed down in his old age. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I have, because, usually, you can always count on this is very heated rivalry, and a lot of that heated mentality, to me, has fed off Chris Lockhart.
You talk about a terrible call right there. I thought that was a pretty clean block by Barrett Maddox. Maybe I saw it wrong, but it's going to send Grayson to the free throw line. I thought that was a nice play by the Dragon there, but we'll take it as Grayson goes to the free throw line. What's he done tonight?
Grayson's finally in double figures. He's got 11 points. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line as the Wildcats lead 58-32 with 1:13 remaining in the third quarter.
Looks like the girls, different people each night can be the leading scorer. Sometimes it's Caden, sometimes it's Grayson, sometimes it's Brendan Scott. And, that's what I like about the boys and the girls. They play good, unselfish basketball. And, we've seen Ray have some good games for the Wildcats, and Quez has shot the ball well. I just like the nucleus of this basketball team. Even before Lucas Hammonds decided not to play.
Basket number 1, Carolina lead.
To 7. And then at halftime, the Wildcats led 36-21, and after 3 quarters, they lead at 58-36. Basketball for Oak Ridge. They'll start to play with Katie Whiteharp, Perez, Brennan, and Brennan takes the 3. It's up, no good. Whiteharp has the rebound for the Wildcats. The Wildcats set it up. Also in the ballgame, Grayson Strader. Hayden Brightheart there looks to Bryson Comer. We called his name out much today. Grayson shoots the 3. It's good. 3-point shot for Grayson Strader. And Oak Ridge now leads 61-36. Dragons come down the floor and the ball's knocked away. Wildcats will get it coming back the other way. The pass just a little bit too high that time for Reynolds, and Oak Ridge will bring the ball down the floor. 7:33 to play in the ball game. 61-36 to score. We're on prepradio.com. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're streaming the game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Oak Ridge had Grayson early, has Brennan late. Pumps, pulls up, shoots. 3-pointer, no good. Good rebound by Bryson. Back up with it off the glass, good. Bryson Comer scores, and it's 63-36. Here come the Dragons down the floor. They get a shot up, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Caden Brightheart with it. Coming quickly down the floor, sets it left side to Brennan Scott, who dribbles to the left elbow, stops and gives it over to Quez. 63-36 Wildcats. Oak Ridge trying to increase their lead on this 3 by Brennan, and he does. 3-point shot, Brennan Scott. And this is really the way the second half started, with the Wildcats jumping out to a 10-0 run to start the first moments of the third quarter, and that's exactly what we've got. Now the biggest lead of the night, Oak Ridge leads 66-36. The Wildcats once again jump out to a big lead here. Just a great start for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it really has, and as an Oak Ridger, you really enjoy watching a game like this against Clinton. I was trying to watch Coach Lockhart. He called a timeout and immediately went to the referee, and is continuing to talk to the referee, not talking to his players, letting his assistant coach, who used to be at Campbell County, he's talking to the players. So I'm not quite sure if he's working the ref or what's going on.
Well, his team is down 30, and typically what happens here, and I've seen this a lot, and I don't know Coach Lockhart's strategy, but a lot of times in games like this, even when the game is in doubt, he is going to continue to put more pressure on Oak Ridge, and he will send Oak Ridge to the free throw line a lot. We won't have an easy end to this game. It never happens that way when we play Clinton, especially when we're routing them like we are now by 30. Wildcats going for the triple sweep tonight. And they lead it by 30 here, 66-36. The Wildcats lead the all-time series. Mark, I don't know if you know this. I don't know, and don't say that I was around, but in 1943, Oak Ridge's very first win as a program came against Clinton. And and when we were playing Maryville the other day, I got to say one thing, that the Wildcats' very first game as a program was against Maryville, and that all was back in 1943. I'm sure Mike Sheehan remembers that well, though. You don't want to take a shot at Mike here? Here's a shot by Bollinger off the last game.
No, was that game on Watto? Did Watto exist back then?
Watto came around in 1948. As Oak Ridge shoots the three, it's up, and I missed WATO, honestly. Wildcats missed a shot, but get the rebound. Here goes to Brennan, behind the back dribble, harassed everywhere he goes, backing up to the midcourt circle. Back he goes once again. Caden Breitharp with it. 66-38, the Wildcats. Grayson Strader, right elbow shot, a little strong. No good. Rebounded by Braylon Hayden. Here come the Dragons quickly down the floor. Shot up good. Like about Clinton, and this is kind of a typical, not unusual for a Glockard team here. They're going to hustle. They're going to play hard to the very end.
Yeah, they are. There's no give up in any of the Chris Lockhart's teams, David. They will play hard, and they will give you everything that they have.
Here comes Brennan, right elbow shot, no good. Tipped and saved away by Grayson. He wants to go right back up with it, no good. Rebounded by Bryson. Bryson Palmer scores, and the Wildcat lead is up to 68-40. The Wildcats back up by 28 points. Clinton along the baseline, dribbled out, and the last touch by the Wildcats. 5:13 to play in the ball game. It's been all Oak Ridge here in the second half. The Wildcats have steadily built up the lead. And let's see what Dragons can do with the ball underneath their goal, down by 28 points. Clinton works the ball in. Pass comes in to Jeremiah Lee. I'm pretty impressed with Jeremiah Lee. He's a sophomore player, good-looking player for the Dragons. They go to the back door. The Wildcats tried to set up a charge, and that's one thing that Bryson has done well all season long. He was just a little bit late getting to the position, and Clinton will go to the line with LeBron Booker.
Yeah, I think Bryson kind of set up once the offensive player number 4, LeBron Booker, had already left the ground. So, they're just not going to let you do that. They try to protect injuries by you got to get set before they leave the ground.
Clinton comes in at 6-9 on the year. The Lady Dragons came in with trying to win their 10th game, but the Lady Wildcats blew it out tonight. They're a 3A school. We're a 4A school, if that makes any difference. I see some of the Dragon faithful have headed out already. 68-41 the score. We'll see what LeBron Booker can do. His shot is good. 5:04 to play, 68-42. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Ray's in the ball game again. So is Connor Cummings. Yet to see Marcus Peters. Wildcat basketball. Ray attacks left, penetrates, finds Connor free. Connor swings the ball out to the top. Ball deflected back in the rear court. Connor tracks it down, and the junior will bring the ball back across the line. So you're getting to see a lot of players who you didn't see play before you took your leave of absence. As Connor launches a pretty good.
Yeah, it's good to see the players out there. But, I'd like to, as I've said before, I enjoy watching Marcus Peters play. I'm not quite sure why he's been limited tonight.
I shouldn't speculate, as that shot is good. 71-44 the score, 4:16 to play. Ray down the floor. Gives it up to Caden Breitharp. Swings it back to Connor right in front of the bench. Fires it over to Grayson. Grayson in the paint, left-handed, wanted to shoot, and as he makes his approach, he's hacked and fouled. And he'll come out of the near student section area, and he wanted the bonus to Grayson Strader, and he'll go to the free throw line. Cats are going to beat Clinton again, 71-44. We had a 27-game winning streak cut last year. Might remember that game over at Clinton, 51-50 day one. Shamar's going to come off the bench. He's going to come in as Grayson knocks down the free throw. Oak Ridge leads it 72-44. 4:05 to play as Palmer comes out. Wildcats currently with Raekwon Watson in the ball game, Caden Breitharp, Grayson Strader in the game, Shamar and Connor Cummings. Grayson gonna go back to the free throw line one more time. Free throw is good. Wildcats back up by 29 points. Here comes Clinton down the floor, and they'll get the ball to the midcourt line quickly. Jeremiah Lee drives in, blocked by Shamar. Oh, man. Did they call a foul on Shamar there? I thought
they're going to call it on Connor Cummings, David.
Yeah, that's a block. I saw that. I saw Shamar kind of cleanly swat the ball and really didn't notice Connor there as they go to the line with Jeremiah Lee. 73-44 the score. That's off the front end of the round, and it's no good.
That's the first free throw he's missed tonight, David. He's prior to that, he was 7 for 7 from the line.
He's only a sophomore player. I've been very impressed with him. I think he's going to be a good player for them. He's not very tall, but he's pretty good. He missed that one. And here comes Oak Ridge with Grayson on the rebound. Wildcats down the floor. I'd like to see Cameron McCullough get in the ball game. He's the only Wildcat I've yet to see get in there. It's Wildcats great feed by Connor Cummings, and Shamar Green has his first 2 points. Wildcats by 31 now, 75-44, 3:43 to play. Here's a steal. Down the floor will come Brightheart. Brightheart drives to the hole.
Nice.
Good. Really nice play again. 77-44, a 33-point lead for the Wildcats. Here come the Dragons down the floor. Braylon Hayden with the basketball. He's a freshman. Dribbles the ball across the midcourt line in front of Chris. Lockhart is back to the goal. They've got number 34, Caden Ice, and there's another turnover. Here comes Oak Ridge's Grayson Strader for the shot. No good. And Grayson is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Clinton's young. It's obvious. They've got Damon Marble in the ball game. They've got a lot of sophomores, only a couple of seniors. Juniors are Marble and Booker and Morgan, Dorsey, and Jackson. It's a young team, but it's more inexperienced than young because they graduated so many great players off of last year's team. Free throw is good by Grayson. What has he done in the game so far? Is Cameron McCullough was about to come into the ball game. He wanted to. Stood up and headed towards the scores table. What has Grayson done?
After having only 5 points in the first half, David, he's now has 17, gunning for 18, and he gets it.
Do you think he's the most improved player on the team?
I would think so, yeah. I mean, as you said, he could come in and really make a difference. And you really didn't see that last year. He would come in late and he was just kind of there. But this year, he's kind of, I would say he's one of the leaders on the team. Definitely the leader underneath the basket for the Wildcats.
He's definitely a leader. He's got some great leadership skills, and he's a kind of a quiet guy. As their shot is missed, rebounded by the Dragons. Then Wildcats Connor Cummings. What are they going to call there? They were all standing on the line, and I think it's Oak Ridge was out of bounds, but it'll be Clinton basketball. 2:43 to play, running clock here, 79-44. When was the last time the Clinton boys and girls game had a running clock? It's Cameron McCullough is in the ball game now for the Wildcats.
Oh, I'd say it's been quite a while.
Shot missed, rebound by Cummings. Here comes Cameron down the floor. Let's see if Cameron can get in the scoring parade. Oh, just missed it. Shot is no good. Rebounded right back up by Shamar. Shamar Green knocks it in, and the Wildcats on top 81-44. Here's Clinton with 3. No good. Rebounded by Shamar Green. Pushes it up. Once again, the big Cooper. Cooper's going to drive in. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Clinton. Back the other way we go. Down to 2 minutes to play in the ball game. Clinton basketball. Trailing Oak Ridge 81-44. Minute 58 to play in the ball game here at the Wildcat Arena. Dragons have substitutes in the ball game. Wildcats working hard on Braylon Hayden, trying to get his game going here. He's a lefty, freshman. Works the ball right side to number 2 in the ball game, Delon Marble. Just kind of keeping it away from Oak Ridge right now. Down 81-44. Wildcats playing with Shamar Green, Cameron McCullough, Connor Cummings, that is, Cooper Williams, and Price Davis. Here comes Braylon. He's going to be fouled. He was determined he was going to shoot there. He's got some Oak Ridge connections and got a lot of friends in Wildcatville. As Clinton will go to the free throw line. Clock moving, 1:11 to play. Good news about these running clock games. We'll get out of here pretty quick. I'll speak to Coach Green after the ball game. You'll have your final stats. As Clinton goes to the line, we're under a minute to play here. It's interesting how different teams do it differently with the running clock, because that free throw is no good. We run our clock during free throws. and some don't.
Yeah, only partially though, David, because they let it run for about maybe 10 seconds and then stop it. So it's just kind of odd how they do it.
Yeah, and it seems to only happen here, as it's 81-44, 54 seconds to play. Both tosses missed and rebounded by Oak Ridge's Cooper Williams. Cameron McCullough needs to score. We don't get to see him play much here. He goes for three. No good. Rebounded by Clinton. Here come the Dragons. I think Cameron's the only Wildcat yet to score in a varsity ball game. He plays some, but here's a steal. Let's get Cameron a bucket. Caught her down the floor to Ray Ray. Ray drives in for the layup.
Over and back. Over and back.
Yeah. Well, there was some deflection there. My fault. 39 seconds to go. 81-44 the score. I want to get Cameron a bucket here. He's a sophomore player, handles the ball really well for the Wildcats. And they work the ball, Clinton does. Out to the top it goes. They've got Damon Marble in the ball game, picked up by Ray Ray. He slings the ball to his left. Over it goes to Tegan Bollinger. Wants to put up a shot. He does. It's pretty. Nice shot for them. 81-46. And that is the end of the ball game. The Wildcats have won this game here for the Wildcat Arena by a final score of 81-46. The Wildcats tonight get the triple sweep. Your thoughts, Mark?
Great game for the Wildcats. Just a great night for Oak Ridge basketball. As you said, triple sweep over Clinton. So it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it makes Oak Ridge fans very happy.
Take a break here. Coach Green will come up to talk to me. We'll have Mark's final statistics. Oak Ridge wins all three games. The girls win 72-37. The guys just now winning 81-46. And the boys junior varsity wins 76-36. We'll be back to Wildcat Arena in 4 minutes.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. ORUD has generous appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances from us and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. We're a one-stop shop. We'll sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. Plus, you can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying. Comfort you can feel, savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas. Visit our showrooms in Oak Ridge, Kingston, and our virtual showroom at ORUD.org.
Wildcat fans, this is Todd Fox. Auto Owners Insurance and Fox Insurance Group in Oak Ridge, a winning combination. We work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance and Fox Insurance Group in Oak Ridge, the no problem people. For more information, visit GrayFoxINS.com or call 482-0513.
They say that being a coach's wife is hard, but Laura Lynn Green, wife of Oak Ridge head coach Aaron Green, and a local State Farm insurance agent, makes buying insurance easy for you. Auto, homeowners, renters, business, life, health, and much more. Laura Lynn Green's office is located at 136 Marquette Road in Oak Ridge. Give her a call today at 483-5666 or say hello to her courtside at any Oak Ridge High School basketball game. She might be a coach's wife, but she was a Wildcat fan first. For State Farm Insurance, call Laura Lynn Green in Oak Ridge.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 State Championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5559 or at BetsyColemanRealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
Omaha, hike. Hometown football excitement is in the air, and it's sponsored by your hometown bank, Tin Bank. Tin Bank helps build our local community and businesses, which helps create jobs. Bank local, so our community wins. Tin Bank, member FDIC.
Mortgage Investors Group at the Oak Ridge office. We love our community and Oak Ridge Wildcat basketball. We pride ourselves in taking the same winning tradition in helping you find the perfect mortgage loan for your family. Ask for Norma Sheldon, Jackie Pullen, Shannon Ochiltree, Mandy Henry, or Darren Osborne at 865-482-8910 or visit us online at mortgageinvestorsgroup.com. Tennessee Mortgage License Number 109111. MIG is an equal housing lender.
At Ortho Tennessee Oak Ridge, our staff and our practice are committed to orthopedic excellence in this region. We strive to treat our patients with the respect and understanding they deserve. Our physicians provide service at Methodist Medical Center, Tenova, Roane County Medical Center, and Park West Medical Center to accommodate all your orthopedic needs. Ortho Tennessee Oak Ridge has 2 locations, one in Oak Ridge and the other in Roane County, serving this area since 1979. We're a proud supporter of the Wildcats.
For personal, professional, and affordable accounting services, call Tracy Larrabee, CPA. Tracy is a 1978 graduate of Oak Ridge High School and can help with business, individual, estate, interest tax accounting services, payroll processing for businesses, small business bookkeeping, tax planning, plus management advisory services. Call Tracy Larrabee, CPA, 425-7736, or stop by 683 Emory Valley Road, Suite B. Tracy Larrabee, CPA.
Come in, discover the difference of an independent insurance agency. Fox Insurance Group, Oak Ridge.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. ORUD has generous appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances from us and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. We're a one-stop shop. We'll sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. Plus, you can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying. Comfort you can feel, savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas. Visit our showrooms in Oak Ridge, Kingston, and our virtual showroom at ORUD.org.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know your insurance agent's name? Does your agent know your name? Or do you call a 1-800 number that connects you with someone in another state, maybe even another country? Why not call Fox Insurance Group in Oak Ridge, your local independent insurance agency with auto owner's insurance? We are someone you can call when stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. This is Todd.
Marquez back here at the Wildcat Arena, where the Wildcats are victorious by a final score of 81-46. Looking at the statistics for the Oak Ridge Wildcats, they were led by Brennan Scott. He had 19 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 17 points added by Caden Brightheart. He was 6 of 13 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, also in double figures. Grayson Strader, he had 18 for the Wildcats. He was 5 of 10 from the field, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Let's see, also scoring for the Wildcats, Bryce Davis. He came off the bench. He had 7 points. He was 3 of 7 from the field, 3 points added by Jaquez Thomas. He was 1 of 1 from three-point land. Shamar Green had 4 points, 2 of 2 from the field, 5 points added by Bryson Comer, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 points added by Connor Cummings late in the game. He was 1 of 2 from beyond the three-point line, and Cooper Williams had a nice night for the Wildcats. He had 5 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. David, I'm going to send it back to you for your interview with Coach Green.
Thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate that. We'll run through the Clinton scoring here in a bit. Coach, first off, congratulations on the win. Kind of a slow start. Typical Oak Ridge Clinton ball game. I think both teams played hard. I thought Clinton came out and really tried to establish something. They were patient early on, and I think you were firing up a lot of threes early on in the game and, kind of trying to match Clinton's intensity and eventually just kind of wore them down. You played a lot of players. Your thoughts on the win tonight over the Dragons?
Yeah, it was a good win. I agree. I didn't think we got off to the greatest of starts. I thought they had a lot to do with that. Lee, he's tough. I mean, he's hard to keep in front. He's a good guard. He made a couple shots in the first quarter there that kept them around there a little bit more. Then we finally started defending a little bit better and was able to stretch it out there. I think about a 15-point lead at halftime. But they were missing one of their starters who I think got ejected at their Christmas tournament, so that was the second suspension, which hurt them. But overall, I thought they wore down over the course of the game. We used our depth, and I thought we had good balance offensively. We got off to a great start in the third quarter. Went from 15 to about I think we made a couple threes there to start the third. And went from 15 to about 23. And those are daggers. Those are hard to overcome. But they played hard. Obviously, a rival game. You don't really have to get them up for a Clinton game. Same for Clinton guys. They're going to be ready to play that one. But a good win. And I think just quickly looking at the scorebook here. We had let's see. I think three guys. Let's see. Grayson had 18. Brennan had 19. Caden had 17. Price had 7. Had another guys from 5 and 4. I thought Price Davis come in and gave us some really good minutes. So overall, very, very good win. I thought that's the most points we put up in a while, which is good to see.
And you win the ball game 81-46. You had a pretty good run over there at Maryville. You won 2 out of the 3 ball games. All the games were close there. Clinton is a rivalry game, and this is a young Clinton team. They graduated. Was it like their top 9 players off of last year's team that went to the state tournament? I think they've got some talent there. They kind of hurt you a little bit inside with their big guys a couple times, and I know that's been a problem at times. But I thought, for the most part, you did a good job on Lee, and you're right. I thought he was probably the best player they had on the floor, at least tonight. But they also hurt you inside with those big guys, number 44 and number 5. Yeah, 5's
Reynolds. He's a beating or a banger down in there. He's tough to keep off the glass. Got a good sized kid. I think he just kind of muscled us a few times there on the offensive glass, and we just didn't do a very good job rebounding. I think that would probably be the area that that we from that game that we need to improve the most would be defensive rebounding. They switched up some defenses. They played man. They played some 3-2 there in the second half. I thought we did a pretty good job of finding the open guy, getting some ball reversals, and just finding that open guy. Made some threes there against their zone, and then when they're playing those bigs, we had the opportunity to spread them out a little bit, and ball screened. I thought ball screen offense was probably best it's been in a while. Overall, again, there's always areas to get better at. I thought just looking here at Cooper Williams, I thought this was going to be a game he could get a ton of minutes. He ended up with 5 and had 4 or 5 rebounds. So Bryson I think had 5. It looked like he had 8 or 9 rebounds. But again, Connor Cummings came in, we got him in the first half. He'd been practicing really well, and brag on him a little bit. He hasn't got a ton of minutes, but he's kind of kept his nose down and kept working hard, and hasn't pouted. Had great body language, and I was glad to see him and get in there and make a couple plays and made a big 3 there too. So hopefully he can help us out here down the stretch as well.
Coach, I want to ask you a couple questions here, and I won't keep you here long, but, Clinton's no longer in our district, and I honestly miss that. I kind of like it when we're competing with Clinton for district champions. Obviously, I like beating them anytime, but I kind of miss them being in our district. I read someplace that the TSSAA might reconsider going back to 3 classifications. Your thoughts on Clinton, and would you like to go back to 3 classifications?
Yeah, I think, James, the first question, I do miss Clinton being in our district. I'm sure they probably feel the same way just because of that rivalry. It does feel a little bit different with it not being a district game for sure. This is the second year that we've played where it's kind of been obviously a non-conference game. Honestly, David, I'm kind of the opposite. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I wish they'd go to 6 classifications like they do in football. I don't know. It'd be hard. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I think if there's 6 in class, we're just from a selfish standpoint, we're having to compete against guys that are against schools that our football team doesn't have to compete against. Just as an example, I wish it'd be across the board, 6 divisions, baseball through football, all the way down the whole way. But I think a lot of it has to do with travel. I mean, obviously with football, you're only playing one game a week, and basketball, you're playing 2, sometimes 3. So that may be part of the issue. But I like the 4. I think it gets it spreads it out a little bit, but a little bit more. Of course, obviously we're in the highest classification still. I don't know what. I guess it would be 5 if we went to 6. But I like the 4. I hope we keep it that way.
Coach, you traveled to Cleveland on Saturday. Cleveland gave you fits up here at the arena. I think it was an overtime win here at the Wildcat Arena. And they'll be tough down there.
Yeah, I don't think they've lost. I have to go back and look. I don't think they've lost since they lost us here. We've had some pretty good games down there. I guess it was 2 years ago. I think we lost down there last year, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. You may know better than I do. Or did we win? I can't remember.
We split.
Okay, and then the year before we won on the last-second shot by Jeremy Miller. So we've had some battles down there. I think there's 12 or 13 or 14-2 at this point, with the only losses being to Catholic and us. So we thought coming into the year it'd be one of our better teams on the schedule, and that's the case. They've got a really good guard in Brooks and got a lot of good guards around him, and they'll have some motivation. Obviously, when we show up, we were winning a close overtime game here that really could have won anyway. I've said this before. I got a lot of respect for Coach Tucker there. He's a little bit older than me, David, but he played at LSU when I played at Tennessee. He played at Cleveland actually. So I go back with Reggie all the way back to my high school and college days. So we've got mutual respect, and obviously Cleveland's. I spent 7 years of my life down there. Actually, they gave me my first opportunity as a head coach in 2000. So it's always good to go back down there and get to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while.
That's one thing I'm surprised. How come we don't ever get Sweetwater on the schedule?
I've only played Sweetwater one time in my coaching career, and that was when I was at Cleveland. We got my old assistant coach when I played was the head coach, and that's a good question. I don't think obviously they're 2A, we're 4A. We don't have many. It's hard to find non-conference games. I wouldn't mind playing it. I'm actually it gives me a chance to go back down there. I don't get down there in their games much, obviously, because we're playing, but I'm going back down there. I think it's January. We don't have a game, and our state championship team, 1994, has been inducted to the Hall of Fame. They just created that, so that'll be. I'm looking forward to that. Get a chance to see some of the guys that we played with and won a championship together with, and get a chance to reflect on that and reminisce with some of the guys I hadn't seen. So Sweetwater's definitely I got a lot of great memories there, and we played well. I guess 93, 94, 95. We played in 3 straight state championship games. The one at 94 was runner-up 93, 95. So just got a lot of memories there. That's where I kind of cut my teeth as a basketball player, really, and spent a lot of hours in that gym, David. That's for sure.
Coach, just your final comments on the win tonight over the Dragons.
Yeah, great win. This is a game that obviously, as you know, David, better than anybody, both teams look forward to playing. It's a rival game, and one of the first things I told our guys after the game, great win. We did a lot of good things. Let's get better tomorrow, but just we don't play them again until later in the year, and it'll be a different story when we go down there. So don't look at the score. Enjoy it. We'll take it, but we'll definitely get their best shot when we go down there here. I guess in probably about a month.
Coach, thanks a lot. I hope you'll join me on the television show tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I'll be there.
That's Aaron Green, head coach
of
the Wildcats. Oak Ridge wins it by a final score of 81-46. That is the final score here from the Wildcat Arena. Let's get Mark back in here. He's almost done with the stats here. He ran down the scoring for the guys. Let's get Mark back in here. Mark, you want to finish up your scoring summary?
Certainly do. I went through the Oak Ridge scoring. I'll go through it real quick again. Brendan Scott led all scores tonight with 19 points. He was, 7 of 6, or rather 15 from the field, 5 of 9 of those from beyond the three-point line. 18 points had by Grayson Strader, 17 points for Caden Brightheart. Let's see, 7 points for Bryce Davis off the bench. Cooper Williams had 5 points for the Wildcats off the bench. Bryson Comer, he had 5 points. He was a starter for the Wildcats. 4 points for Shamar Green off the bench. Let's see, 3 points for Connor Cummings off the bench. And 3 points for Jaquez Thompson. Or Thomas, rather. I believe that's everybody as I bounce around trying to do descending scoring. That's kind of tough. Look at Clinton. They were led in scoring by Jeremiah Lee. He had 18 points in the ball game. He was 5 of 9 or 13 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. He was, or rather, Brent Reynolds had 14 points for the Dragons, 6 of 6 from the field, 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Also scoring for the Dragons, Tegan Bollinger. He had 8, 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 points for Barrett Maddox. He fouled out with 1:13 remaining in the third quarter. He finished with 4 points, 2 of 2 from the field. And then rounding out the scoring for the Dragons, LeBron Booker had 2 points. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. As a team, first for the Wildcats, they were 29 of 63 from the field. They were 19 of 38 from twos, 10 of 24 from threes, and 13 of 16 from the free throw line. Clinton, they were 16 of 40 from the field. They were 15 of 34 from two-point land, only 1 of 6 from three-point land. That's one thing that I thought, David. I was surprised. This Clinton team only attempted 6 three-pointers in the ballgame. That's not what we were used to seeing from Clinton the last few years. From the free throw line, they were 13 of 20. The Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 12-7. They kind of struggled there in the first quarter, but then got the game going, outscoring the Dragons in the second quarter, 24-14, for a 36-21 lead at the half. In the second half, the Wildcats came out in the third quarter, outscored the Dragons 22-15 to take a 58-36 lead into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Wildcats continued to open it up on the Dragons, outscoring the Dragons 23-10 in the fourth quarter. And that's how we get to the final. Oak Ridge victorious tonight. Boys 81-46. The girls were victorious also tonight, 72-37. And the JV boys victorious 76-37, I believe. David?
Mark, I appreciate your good work today, and appreciate Gavin Kintop and Josh Frazier as well. Once again, the final score, the Wildcats win it 81-46, and as Mark said, the girls won 72-37. The JV wins 76-36. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball will be coming up on Saturday. Wildcats traveling down to Cleveland to take on the Lady Raiders and the Blue Raiders. You can watch our TV show tomorrow at 7 o'clock on BBB Channel 12. Off the Glass, featuring Coach Paige Taylor and Coach Aaron Green. For Gavin, Josh, and Mark, this is David Clary. Until Saturday.